Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Classmate, you can see it?
No.
Oh, let me try again. Now, yes?
Yes, I can see it now.
Uh,
Yes,
okay,
it's clear.
thank you.
Go ahead.
Uh, hello, dear tutor and classmates. My name is Carmen Juliet Muñoz Gironza, and the topic that I choose is ICT in teaching English. I'm going to start with the definition of ICT. ICT is information and communication technologies. And for girls, ICTs are a set of technological advances made possible by computing, telecommunication, and audiovisual technologies, all of which provide tools for the treatment and dissemination of information and have various communication channels. For their part, Ochoa and Cordero established that there are a set of processes and products derived from new tools, hardware, and software, support and communication channels related to the storage, processing, and
Juliet,
digitization.
Juliet,
Yes?
sorry for the interruption, but we are not seeing your screen.
Oh, I don't know what happened, teacher. I share my screen.
Try it again, maybe.
Okay. Now, teacher, you can see?
Not for now. Maybe Juliet, do you want to send me the presentation and maybe we can do it like we do with Diana? Maybe. Ah, I
Now,
see your
now
screen.
you can see?
I see it. I see
Yes?
it. Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yes,
I
yes,
Yes.
right
think that
now.
when I start the presentation, something fell, but I try to share the screen now like
Okay.
this because if I change, maybe I word awards the presentation.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, teacher. I say, for their part, Ochoa and Cordero established that there are a set of processes and products derived from new tools, hardware, and software, supports and communication channels related to the storage, processing, and transmission of information. Sorry. This means that ICT are very important communication channel which not only facilitates being in communication with other people regardless of distance, it also allows us to have access to different channels of diverse information. In our case, as students of the UNAT, it has allowed us to study at a distance, programming our own study hours and agenda. And it means a very great support at the time of collaborative work. Also, through ICT, we have access to a lot of useful information for our educational process. Now, the importance of learning English. Taking into account the acquisition of a foreign language such as English as an important area in the educational process, it is important to highlight the essential need to enhance skills which allow the students to know other contexts, develop communication skills, and enhance critical thinking. Therefore, the way of building knowledge in the English language can be based on the implementation of didactic strategies through ICT that facilitate the understanding of both the grammar of the language as well as the handling of it orally and writing. In many places, or I am going to speak about ICT in teaching English. In many places, students don't relate to the English language from an early age. For this reason, they are not familiar with this language, which makes it difficult to fulfill the purpose of reaching a B2 level of learning as high school graduates. In addition to this, there are many factors that negatively influence the learning process of English. One of these factors will be the absence of the foreign language in the real context of the students. Seeing the need to implement the use of the language, but in the context as well as the academic activities to be developed, also in threatening them in other universal areas. Continuing with the topic, I want to summarize this concept. In summary, a way to strengthen language learning is the implementation of digital educational tools as pedagogical strategies in which to do education, since they provide great teaching alternatives in real time that allow correcting mistakes according to each student and allows at the same time new cognitive skills in the use of interpretation of skills, allowing to achieve the desired objectives, and thus providing a better quality of methodologies and strategies in order to reduce the impact of harmful factors on learning the English language. It can be assumed that when learning the English language at level I1, one of the skills to be developed in students to have the ability to write, read and pronounce sentences, paragraphs, and writings using the foreign language, allowing them to enhance understanding from other contexts, communicate appropriately, and achieve adequate management of the English language, allowing you to advance to the learning of the language in different levels. Therefore, to innovate in the understanding of English language, it is necessary to implement didactic strategies where digital educational tools are used, which lead to strengthen the teaching, the understanding, and the language for students. There's some previous studies about the topic, and South Africa has pioneered the use of ICT in rural educational contexts. In this country, the integration of ICTs has become a key objective of the government for economic, social, and pedagogical reasons. An attempt is made to increase employability by promoting the participation of citizens in the knowledge society through the improvement of teaching and learning. Bringing the use of ICTs closer to Colombia within the framework of the 2019 National Bilingualism Plan. For example, Colombia has been invested a large amount of resources in the implementation of ICT tools for learning English. Through this program, said country seeks to train citizens who can communicate in English combined with international standards that allow the country to integrate into the global economy and culture. The use of ICT provides the ease of internalizing complex interactivity, the ability to create their own learning spaces, and be more autonomous when looking for their own tools that fit their immediate needs. Danesky and Davis point the studies carried out on relationship between the use of ICTs and the innovation of teaching
Okay,
process.
Carmen, time is
Technology,
over.
okay, has become catalyst for education innovation, especially when using the internet.
Thanks. I'm going to start with the questions here. And I need that you answer. What is the relation between ICT and motivation into a learning process?
Okay, teacher, great question. I think that the relation between these concepts and motivation, I think that ICT provides us different kinds of tools and strategies to improve and increase the knowledge and the way that we made the educational tools, because when we use applications or tools like music, videos, podcasts, we can motivate the students to learn and search their own material that they want. And I think that that is the relation.
Thanks for your answer. Who wants to be the next?
I want to be the next teacher.
Go ahead, Mauricio.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. Juliet, do you think Colombia is able to get into the ICT program with the actual politicians?
Oh, well, it's a great question. I believe that although Colombia has allocated resources so that technology is implemented in education, and students have access to these resources, they have not been invested correctly, because these resources have been diverted and due to corruption, and these resources is not really invested in education. I think that.
You're welcome. Who's next?
Me, what will be the impact of using these tools on English learning?
Okay, I think that the ICT has impact because provide great opportunities for the development and enhancement of listening, writing, reading, and speaking comprehension, and all the skills in English. They also put our disposal a variety of tools that can innovate the way that we educate and transform the teaching learning process to improve and provide the quality of education according to the needs of the students.
Okay.
Okay, who's next? Who wants to be the next in asking? Do you hear me, guys?
Yes,
Me?
teacher. Okay.
Okay, go ahead,
Yes.
Marisabel.
Okay, thank you. My question is, what do you think? Which is better, attend a virtual class or a virtual or a present class?
It's complicated because sometimes the students, or maybe we are involved in a situation that we can't access to technological tools like internet, or maybe if you are a student and you don't have a computer with great connections, you can't access the virtual environments or virtual classes. And it's difficult because now for the pandemic, we see different situations that some students, the rural areas, have difficult to access, and I maybe participate in these classes, or and it's not the same for the urban areas. And I think that uh, the classes and presential or virtual way are great, but we need to take into account the needs and the difficulties the persons.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, thanks for your answers. Carmen, I'm going to provide you some feedback about your performance, okay? You didn't have a good management of time, as you know, but you demonstrate expertise and good management of the topic. Your tone and your voice was great, but the slides that you present had a lot of text. I would prefer you use some pictures or short lines to guide your presentation. It could be more engaging, but your slides was a good element for your presentation. Okay, you had some mistakes in pronunciation, but you have a good intonation. You are fluent, and I would like to that you show yourself when you express, because in some opportunity I assess you and you look confident when you're talking. I don't know why you turn off your camera. Yeah.
I don't turn off my camera, teacher. My camera is on.
No, I don't see you. I don't see you.
Oh, maybe I take a screenshot and I send you because I see my
It's not about
my
that.
camera.
It's not about that. It's not about that, because I enjoy to see my students when they are talking, because it talks about their security and all of that. That's why it was rare for me, because I assess you in the test in tag 3, and you did it great. So I didn't understand what happened. Maybe you are having problems with your connection. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. I think that
Yes,
is that.
maybe, teacher, because I see my image in the screen now.
Maybe it's that.
I
Maybe
don't
it's
know what
that. Don't
happened.
worry. Don't
Yes,
worry
teacher.
about that. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Keep improving your pronunciation. Okay. Keep working on the vowels and some consonants. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
It was great. Thanks for your presentation.